Hello and welcome back to the Best Start Guide. I'm your host Gavin Masters, a guy that plays way too many video games, especially way too much Raid. And as promised, I'm coming back with a final episode of the Best Start Guide. We have the skeleton chase going on right now, the Skeletor chase, and this is probably my final piece of advice for new players, especially if you're new to 2025. This is going to be a kind of a tips for 2025, or tips for tips for what to do if you're starting the game in the future, because this is going to be my last best start episode. So here's my number one tip. Number one tip for Raid Shadow Legends: don't play Raid Shadow Legends. This goes for all gacha games. I've come to the conclusion that they're basically the devil, and they're there to steal your money and your time, and they will steal both. And it's probably best if you don't play. Now, if you must play, because yeah, that'd be a very short episode, right? Is they go, oh, that's it, everybody. Thanks for stopping by. See you on the next episode. Except there is no episode. But if you must play Raid Shadow Legends, here is the single best tip that you can do right now if you're starting and you're getting Skeletor. The Skeletor chase includes events that will lead you all the way to a 5-star soul. And the single most important, and the 5-star soul, what that can effectively get you, we already did that on this account. It's Brimstone. So what you can do is you can take your 5-star blessing, you get Brimstone, and what that gives you, I didn't get the 5-star on her. What am I saying? I got it on Eastrid. I didn't get it on her. So it might even be worth it to do it on the Best Start Guide, basically, because you can get a 60% chance of placing a protected smite, and that does a huge amount of damage. It does 250,000 damage every single round. So the single best area in this game for rewards is the Demon Lord clan boss. And what you want to do is you want to have a team. You want to be part of a good clan, by the way. So you want to join a clan that's working on the same level of clan boss as you. So I've done that. This is the Border Town clan. I am the leader of the Border Town clan. I am the Oversoul. I am also Wixinormus. I think I've actually changed the name of this account since the last time I was here. But anyway, uh, the Demon Lord is the single most important because you get the best rewards from it. You can get shards, you can get books. Wow, we got a legendary tome. These are like the hardest to come by resource in the game, and you need these to book your legendary champions. And the legendary champions, until recently, were the best type of champion to max out. Now there's a new legendary on crack. We got the mythicals. I'm going to get to that in just a moment. But this is my clan boss team. Let's see how well it does. When last I checked, it did about 160 million, but it's fallen below 50%, so the affinity changed things up a little bit. But basically, I'm still using Xenogray Blade Master to do a lot of damage with Brimstone, although Uragrim, who's not even a legendary, seems to be the DPS of the team. It's because of all the poisons he gets. If you're starting this game in 2025, best starting champion is probably Kayle. Let's see, do I even have him out? I don't think I'm even using him on the Best Start Guide account anymore. Um, but what I do, starting in 2025, you get Skeletor on day 7. You get the 5-star blessing, and you give him Brimstone. And when you're fighting the clan boss with Skeletor, you shut off all the other moves, and you just have him use his A1, because it will extend the duration of all the debuffs on the clan boss. And what you're going to do is you're going to use your starting champion of, let's see, I've got him here somewhere. I'm sure of it. Maybe he's in the Master Vault. He's in the Master Vault. Kayle. Kayle is the best starting champion to choose, particularly if you're going to go after Skeletor and look for the synergy, because he's got all these poisons. And the poison damage adds up. As evidenced by how well Uragrim did in that fight. Uragrim is nothing but poisons. That's what he does. So, this is the final episode, and I figured I'm going to wear the hat. I'm going to pull all the extra shards that we've got. This isn't everything I even saved up. I think I was bad, and I think I pulled a couple of shards here and there just when logging in, uh, because I hadn't really considered what to do with the show beyond that. I mean, I went into stasis mode. I think I called it. Uh, I don't remember what I called it, but anyway, I'm not playing this account very much anymore. But I think it would be fun to pull the last of the shards. So I don't have any particular prayers to RNGesus today. I don't really know what this account needs. I just realized this account is at maximum space, but you know what? We got 35 million silver, so there's going to be enough. So it's a 2x on everything. I think I'm going to just straight up start with the mythicals. Actually, no, I'll finish with the mythicals. That's what I'll do. Mythicals are probably going to be disappointing. This is part of what's driving me out of the game. Honestly, I'm meaning to do a video about what I don't like about the game, another one maybe about what I do like about the game and what keeps me playing the game, and maybe a third video about why I personally am leaving. I don't know if I'll get to that, but you can always feel free to just ask in the comments. You ask me a question, I will answer you. I will tell you what is my favorite thing about the game. It's Arena. What is my least favorite thing about the game? I don't know. It's a toss up. There's the time sink. There's the grind. There's all the bugs that there are now. There's Armands. There's polymorph. Why am I leaving? I value my time, and I noticed that this is killing my productivity. So that's it in a nutshell. But I mean, I could go into a much greater detail thing. Anyway, what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to go. Let's even pull the ancient shards. Let's start with these, so I can go through gems or I can go through silver. And you know what? I bet all of the silver would disappear if we use that. So I'm just going to use the gems. I don't really need them for anything anyway. So let's see if we get anything good. High Katoon, we get her for free anyway. Probably the best thing that's here. I mean, Armina is a pretty good champion too. The barbarian with all the stuns. So we got a Jareg. This guy can be half decent for healing. No legendaries yet. That's what we're looking for. Nothing but rares. Yikes. Not that rares are always terrible, but most rares are not particularly useful beyond your first couple of months. Hellborn Sprite is actually pretty much my favorite rare, at least on this account. What am I talking about? I use her on my main account because she can extend lots of buffs with her A3. But I actually use Valerie on this account. I apologize for that. It's been a while, and I run a number of accounts. Sometimes I get confused. We're getting Chani. We're getting Tolog. This is another particularly good rare, especially if you run him on an all Skinwalkers team. And you don't have an Ancient Shard. Okay, I guess we're done that. So I could pull. You know what? I'm not gonna pull. I'm not gonna pull those last three. I'm just gonna do a 10 pull of voids. Let's see if we get something good. Let's see if we finally get a Cold Heart. No Cold Heart. We got Bellower. Bellower is maybe my second favorite of the rares. This guy's awesome. He's got an area of effect on everything. If you happen to pull Bellower from a Void Shard, build him. He's amazing. And the best blessing for him. Let's go back to here. Is Bellower out? Yes, he is. So here's the proof. I built him all the way out. And the best blessing for him, of course, is Nature's Bounty. Because what it does is it turns the small version of all of his debuffs, which he's got lots of. There is no small version of this, but he's got the small version of decreased speed, small version of decreased attack and defense, and it's turning them into the big version of all of them. And you're doing this to every enemy all the time. I put him in a stun set just so you get a little bit of extra utility out of him. And this guy is like the ultimate crowd controller. I think he's better than any legendary I've got at that, with maybe the exception of, Lady Mikage, not even a legendary. She's a mythical. but you get the point. I've only got 3 primal shards, but you know what? Let's go. Let's go after the sacreds first. I might even pull. I'm gonna pull all of the voids. It's a 2x. Why not? Let's see if we get lucky. So we're getting Ostrox. I don't know much about him, I got to admit. We're getting Justicar, somebody that you confuse. Thanks, RNGesus. Ooh, Maneater. Now that's neat. If I didn't already have a one key team, Maneater has all kinds of great unkillable comps. So this would be an amazing pull if I needed him. Sadly, I don't. And we're getting a rare. Hollow. Quite a hollow champion indeed. So let's get through the sacreds. As you can see, not a lot of excitement here. Tarshan's not bad. He can turn meter boost, and he's got the increased defense. It's pretty rare that you have somebody that turn meter boosts and has increased defense. The other obvious one I can think of is Siphi. Never pulled a Siphi. Siphi, perhaps my most wanted champion of all time. Here we go. Here's a legendary, and it's Sethalia. Sethalia is okay, right? She's got a cleanse. She doesn't place block debuffs, which is what you really want on a cleanser. I don't know if I have anybody that does that. Oh, she does place block debuffs, but it's on a different move. I guess she's a half decent healer. Can't complain. We got Phenax. Love the Phenax. This is maybe my favorite epic in the game. Like no joke. This is my favorite epic in the game. I love him for his A1. It's just completely amazing. You get an extra hit if they have any debuffs, and you can just make sure you place a debuff right before attacking with him, and he kills them dead. They're just dead. And my advice is basically, if you have any number of Phenaxes, you absolutely plus your Phenax. And Zargala is another really good nuker for the arena. If you don't have a good legendary nuker, you can always use a good epic nuker. I'm going to go ahead to the Guardian Ring, and I'm just going to take a look at... and here's another thing for best start. You want to unlock all this stuff, and you want to actually be leveling stuff passively. I think I stopped basically because I'm not really playing this account anymore. But I'm going to go to my epics. Actually, the first thing I'm going to do is just make sure my Sacred Order looks good. We actually have... I haven't even paired the champions in the ring. This is something you absolutely should take advantage of. 10% attack, then we get the extra accuracy and the extra defense. And basically, I could have +6 speed on Phenax, or I could +1 my Phenax. The responsible thing to do would probably be to double them here. But if you wanted to empower them, empowering with this guy, and I guess I have to take them out to show this, the extra stats that you can get from empowerment are an extra 10% attack, and that's probably the only thing that's going to matter on Phenax. So for just an extra 10% attack, is it worth it? Maybe, I don't know. Why not? Let's go for it. Why didn't it work? There we go. It was just a time delay. So let's have a look at this Phenax. How much better did he get? I didn't look at the stats before. I apologize for that. But his attack got just a little better. I've got over 250% crit damage. Of course, he's not crit capped. I might want some better gear, but that does involve playing for a long time. Yet another thing kind of driving me out of the game is it is very difficult to get good gear for all of your champions, in addition to all the other bullshit that they're throwing at us. There's the new bullshit they're throwing at us. We've got the Chimera boss. We've got the new types of materials to go through. I just don't wanna. But anyway, here's the 3 mythicals. I was I mean, I just pulled the first one. I was going to say, I expect to pull 3 rares. I hate that these shards drop rares. This is another thing just driving me away from the game. They introduced the Primal Shard, and instead of it being better than a Sacred and offering a better unit in the Mythicals, it offers you rares everywhere. Just here's a rare. How did I know it was going to be a rare? Like 83% said it was going to be a rare. Fortress Goon. Don't need him. And here's another epic. It's Ilcinia. I don't know a lot about her. She's HP based. She places block buffs. Not especially reliably. You could get her up to 80%. You could get her to 85% if you had the mastery. There are better options even among epics for block buffs, though. Off the top of my head, you have Ugo. Ugo can get it to 100%, and she gets to pair it with decreased defense, so she's already a better option. You've also got, she's a demon, I think. Umbral Enchantress. Where are you, Umbral? Umbral Enchantress, she's got that whole unkillable thing, which is a lot of fun to use in the arena. You provoke them, you're unkillable. She's also got block buffs for 3 turns on a 3-turn cooldown. Amazing stuff. Anyway, I am not sure there's even that much for me to go over anymore. I think I've said it all. I listed my fastest champion in the notes, 339 speed. That hasn't changed. I really haven't been back. One thing I have said, this is my favorite thing about arena, so what the heck? Let's go in and do a couple of arena fights. My first tip for arena, of course, is anytime you see like a lone arbiter or a lone anything, you just run against them. Yeah, I like these teams. Okay, let's run. I'm going to start with the Blender. We'll just take him out there. Now, the Blender is probably the best team to run against teams that can easily be bowled over in the arena. Experience can be the thing that helps you learn how to do this. Like this team, I don't know. They might have Gaius the Gleeful and Stoneskin. I'm not really expecting that. So this would just be a speed race. And we'd see if we win the speed race. I'm at 339 speed. Not especially fast for the end game, but probably pretty fast for a starting account. Although this isn't really a starting account anymore. It's been a whole year. And we actually blew through the Stoneskin. That's how much damage the Blender team does. So if you have Skullcrown and Sinesha, and you can pair them with an ally attacker, and then you just put a good speed lead in front of them, you can do a crap ton of damage with them. So we got another team here where we've got a Heffrack. This guy, if I knock out any of the other members of the team, Heffrack responds with a nuke. So I'd want somebody a little bit tougher. So let's take I'll take my main, and I'll run that. And I'll just see how it does. One thing that I can do is I can actually have Sun Wukong focus on Heffrack. Of course, he's not in Stoneskin, so it's possible he just gets nuked out with the rest of them. Except we haven't nuked anybody yet. Oh, there it is. This team has 2 revivers on it, so it's pretty safe. I put Arbiter in Stoneskin and regen, so that she just regenerates health like crazy. And I put my Sulfurion in regen as well. And I'm just kind of watching us go back and forth with damage. It occurs to me what I'd do is I would probably do the double shot against Heffrack so that the run is safer. Because right now it looks like we're probably going to lose. Yeah, we lost. So what I'd do if I were doing this fight manually then, and really this kind of thing can be up to you when you're playing the game. If you want to just get through it quickly, then you just run it as quickly as possible. And you run it on auto, and whatever happens happens. So I'm going to take the second shot against Hefrak just to make sure he goes down. Looks like he actually went down in the first hit this time, so this is just a luckier run. But now we can go full auto, and I'm just going to target the Elva because she's the only reviver on the team. So sooner or later, she would die, and that would be the end of her. She is hard to nuke out, though. She puts a lot of heals on herself. It'd probably come down to the next time I get the Wonder Stick with Sun Wukong. And then the Wonder Stick can do incredible amounts of damage to Elva. This is proving to be a very tough team. But if you have a couple of revivers on your team like this, basically they can go all day. Unfortunately, your opponent could do that too. So this might make a better defense team than an arena farming team. Like I'd rather just come in and do a blitz attack and overwhelm the defenses of my opponent. Could slow this down again. Maybe the next time I get the Wonder Stick, I hit somebody who's low. Although I'm losing my patience. I kind of don't. Yeah, I don't want to. It's possible that this fight could last a very long time. I could try coming in with the Blender team. I could see if that runs it any better. Oh, and duh. This brings me to my third team that I would probably run instead. Oh, the Blitz team just completely bowled over it. So this probably is a better team for attacking. It really depends. If they had a Hefrak in Stone Skin, it would have been a different story, and he'd counterattack. He may very well nuke out the whole team, except for Skullcrown, who can stay in with Unkillable. Yeah, that might actually still have won if that had happened. But also, if you're dealing, especially if you see this Sun Wukong, and you want somebody that can kill him dead, well, I mean, I already have that in my main. It occurs to me there is block revive there, but Fenax can basically do it every turn. I'm going to go on manual here because I want to make sure we target the Sun Wukong. So I'll start by buffing my team. I will go for an ally attack. See if I could just ally attack out the Sun Wukong. Oh, yeah, he's gone. He's dead. So now he's no longer a problem. I could full auto this. I already get the sense that Armanz is probably going to start to smack us around with all of his debuffs. Ultimate Death Knight is now permanently gone as well. And basically, I'm just going to target the Armanz, and hopefully we could just take him out. Weak hit from Fenax, that's unfortunate. But sooner or later, he would go down. I've got the Queen to revive Fenax if he goes down. Keep getting weak hits on that Fenax. And I don't think we got the block revive on the Armanz, but it doesn't matter because we got it on the Uko and the team went down. So those are the three teams that I really like on this team. What's the fourth one again? Magic Hour. Okay, the point of this was just to have like an all single affinity team for anytime you get that quest that says do an arena fight with a single affinity. And obviously the Rainbow Rogues, one of the advantages to this, although yeah, it's the only one that does this. It's got all 4 affinities in case I got that mission. But anyway, that's something I used to line up for the sake of all the daily quests. I don't really make a point of doing all the daily quests anymore. As I say, I don't really play this account anymore. I value my time, and the game does keep me sucked in. I do love Arena. It is a lot of fun. I do love the pride that we can take in looking at a well-built team. So I can appreciate that people get sucked into the game. I just also have to appreciate how easy it is for my day to disappear. Just hours can disappear, hours that I should have spent working on one of my projects, and instead it just disappears into this game, which entices me to work on projects. And that has to stop. So I've made a New Year's resolution for 2025 that I am not going to play Raid Shadow Legends at all. So this is going to be it. And that said, this isn't my last video ever. It's just the last Best Start Guide. So thanks for joining me on my journey of the Best Start Guide. It's been good to see you, and I'll see you on the next video I make. Take care of yourselves.